What's up guys, I'm Justin Stenstrom from Elite Man Magazine, and in this video I'm going to share with you why you must choose your friends wisely. Now, one of my all-time favorite quotes and some of the truest words ever spoken is by a guy named Jim Rohn, who you probably have heard of, and the quote goes, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And I love this quote for 2 reasons. One, it is very true, and 2, it applies to everyone across the board, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, no matter what country you were born in, no matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, it applies to you in every facet of your life. Because as human beings, we adapt and mold and shape ourselves to those we spend the most time with. This goes back hundreds of thousands of years ago to ancient primordial days where we lived in small tribes and we constantly were surrounded with other people. We had to work with these people and learn from these people and communicate with these people to grow and adapt and survive back in those crazy days. But we still have that same wiring in us today. So when we surround ourselves with a group of people, a tribe of people, we become more like those people. So this can obviously work in 2 ways. You can either learn from the people and grow from the people you surround yourself with, or those people can bring you down and actually make you a worse human being. Now, don't get me wrong, there are certainly levels to this. If you surround yourself with criminals, you're probably going to be a criminal. If you surround yourself with just dumbasses, you're probably going to become a dumbass. If you surround yourself with people who are just unmotivated and they don't really have anything going on, they're not looking to improve themselves, you're probably not going to be a criminal, but you're probably going to be one of those people who doesn't have much going on either. And of course, there are levels on the other side too, but ideally, you want to be at the very top. People who have incredible motivation, people who have incredible goals, people who inspire the hell out of you, people who have incredible confidence, all these great things and attributes that you want yourself, you want them to rub off on you in a good way, in a positive way, so these things can change your life. Now, if you know any bit of my story, you know that once upon a time, many moons ago, actually probably just over a decade ago, I was actually a very unconfident, insecure, lonely, and desperate, depressed young man. I had no social skills, I had no dating skills, I had no real confidence in myself, and no ability to actually pull myself out of my hole and figure out what it is I really wanted in my life. And funny enough, what I did have was a group of people I used to hang around who got into a lot of trouble, who didn't have any motivations, who didn't have any aspirations, who didn't have any goals in life, or didn't have anything that they really wanted to do with themselves. And all of these guys had low self-esteem, they had no social skills, they had no dating skills, they had no confidence, they had no goals or aspirations in their life, and they had no idea what they wanted to do. So all of that stuff was rubbing off on me and bringing me down. And by the way, all of my stuff and my shit was rubbing off on them and bringing them down too. So one of the biggest and most important things that I did to pull myself out of that hole was to go out and start making new friends, to find people who had the same types of goals and vision that I had for the future and things that I wanted in my life. Because these guys were going nowhere, but I needed to find other people who could help bring me up and bring me to their level. And that's exactly what I did. It didn't happen overnight, it didn't happen in a week or two, but slowly over time I started pushing myself out of my comfort zone and hanging around new groups of people, joining new classes, trying new things, having new experiences, doing things that I would never do before, just to be around and surround myself with other people with different ideas and different beliefs that more closely aligned with who I wanted to be. And slowly over time, a lot of these people I was hanging around became the people I was hanging around all the time, until eventually over time I built up about 5 people that were constantly around me. And these people gave me incredible confidence, incredible self-belief, incredible self-esteem, incredible things that I didn't have before and I wouldn't have been able to get without these people. I don't want to drop any names, but some of these people I still see today, and a couple of these people are actually still some of my best friends. But about 5 of these guys way back in the day gave me so much in terms of confidence, in terms of self-esteem, in terms of self-belief, self-value, social skills, dating skills, self-worth, all of those things they had an incredible amount of, and it just rubbed off on me by being around them. Now, one of these guys was an incredible social butterfly, and I actually met him at the gym around this time. I'd go in for a workout for about an hour, and this guy would spend about 6 hours at the gym in total. And Of that entire time at the gym, he probably only worked out for about 20 minutes. So the overwhelming majority of the time, this kid would just talk to other members. Actually, every single member in the gym at some point, if he was in there, would talk to him. He would literally spend like 6 hours at the gym because it was all just talking to people. And in one sense, it was kind of crazy because he'd have the deepest conversations with like 80-year-old women or 75-year-old men with back problems. I'd walk by, they'd be talking about the craziest things. But on the other hand, it was very impressive because he could talk to anybody without the slightest bit of hesitation or awkwardness or any of that stuff. And I studied him. We became actually pretty good friends, he and I, and we went out a few times. But I would study just how he communicated with other people, and I was able to pick up an incredible amount about communication and socializing and getting yourself to be more endearing right away when you make a first impression. Another guy I learned a ton from was someone I like to refer to comically as the Natural, because he was the most naturally gifted with women I have ever seen. He was the best communicator in general, but in regard to women specifically, he was just head and shoulders above everybody. His body language was always on point. His tone of voice was incredible. The way he carried himself was incredible. His mannerisms, his confidence, his self-belief was unlike anything I've ever seen before. I mean, the man just had so many incredible attributes when it came to confidence and self-belief and self-esteem. All of those things rubbed off on me, specifically in the dating regard, but also in general, just with self-confidence and self-worth and self-belief. Those things were tremendous in helping me out. And lastly, I'll give you one more example of one of these guys I used to hang around. So there was this pothead, stoner-looking kid who actually was in fact a pothead and a stoner who looked the part. He had long, greasy hair. He had clothes that didn't really fit him, that kind of didn't look good on him, and made him look like he didn't really take care of himself or care much about himself. But as it turns out, this kid had incredible self-esteem. He had incredible self-belief, incredible confidence. We went to a bunch of parties and get-togethers back in the day, and every single time we went to a party, this guy was the center of attention. He was the life of the party. Everybody in the party loved this kid because of his communication skills, because of his social skills, because he had this ability to open up and actually connect with a bunch of people. And as you can guess, there was so many great things that I learned just from hanging around this guy. I learned a lot of the social elements, a lot of the social things that he did to be more endearing and likable around other people, and also to be the center of attention, have that incredible confidence when eyes are on you. Those are just a few of the guys that I used to hang around that gave me so much. There are a couple others, but I'll save that for another video. And these guys gave me so much in terms of confidence, self-belief, self-esteem, the communication skills they had, the social skills they had, the dating skills they had, that belief that they could do things that I didn't think were actually possible. When I saw these guys doing it, it opened up my eyes and my belief that these things were actually possible, because if you've never seen something done, you don't know if it can be done. But if you see it done constantly, all the time, right in front of you, your belief and your mindset completely changes. Now, of course, the 5 people that I surround myself with today has changed dramatically since way back then, because I don't have those problems anymore with confidence or self-belief or self-value or social skills or communication skills. I have all those things down pretty good. But over the years, as I've learned and wanted new things and had new goals, I would surround myself with different people who had those types of things that I want. Today, I'm trying to master the business part of things. So I have a lot of people around me now who are great at business, who have the business things that I want, who have the mindset to be successful in business because they've already done it or they're heading in that direction. Those are the people I surround myself with today, because that's the type of thing that I want right now. So ask yourself this: what do you really want in your life, and are you surrounding yourself with the people who have those things that you want? If the answer is no, then quite honestly, you got to make some new friends. You got to drop those people either quickly or slowly over time and start replacing them with people who have those things that you want. Because like Jim Rohn said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're surrounding yourself with bad people, they're going to bring you down. You got to surround yourself with good people who are going to lift you up and make you better. But that's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like below and also share in the comments section what types of people you're going to surround yourself with today.